a small boat, and he's got to row it across a river.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that might seem straightforward enough. Okay, but this fella has to take with him, Gervais, a fox, a chicken, and a big bag of seed.
Right.
Well, he's got a nightmare problem.
Why? He just put, wait, what? Why? So he puts
because, no, listen, because the boat is only big enough for him and one of those items at any one time.
So he can get in it.
He can get in it.
And any one of those other items.
Any one of those other items.
Fine. He takes the bag of seed over, rows it over, dumps that the other side.
I'll stop you there, Gervais.
What?
You've embarrassed yourself.
Why?
While he's happily rowing across with that bag of seed.
Yeah.
On the riverbank there.
Yeah.
Chicken, fox, bloodbath.
I've got to ask you something here, right? This boat is small, yeah?
It's a small boat.
So he can fit any one of those things in, yeah? So am I to assume that the chicken is the same size as the fox, is the same size as the bag?
It's a big chicken.
So it's the same size as the fox, which is the same size as the bag?
Right. Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Then why is he worried about it being a bloodbath? Surely the chicken can look after itself. If it's weight for weight, it's the same as the fox.
No, well, look, what are you talking about? Chicken, fox? You know, you put a chicken in a fox, you know, arm-to-arm combat.
Well, that's a very good reason. The average fox is like 2 stone.
Yeah.
The average chicken is 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Scale that up. Imagine what a 2 stone chicken looked like with a nasty beak and talons.
I'm not saying it's not a big chicken. That is a given, all right? But you pit that chicken against a fox. Maybe that chicken's been taking that fox on all over the place, you know. They could have been on trains together, do you know what I mean, sharing hotel rooms. The chicken's knackered, all right? All I'm saying is, that guy, right, while he's rowing across that bag of seed, he cannot leave that chicken.
Okay, fine. So he's there, chicken, fox, bag of seed, all the same size, all the same weight.
That's
they
right.
all weigh 2 stone.
That's
right, okay. Why couldn't he just like, okay, I'm assuming he's rowing, so he's got some give, right, with a, so why can't he have the bag of seed under his knees, right, and the chicken just sort of flapping,
He could.
sort of like, off.
Gervais, he can. Why not? But he just can't. There's no, do you know what I mean? He doesn't, look, the point is, right, this guy has contacted us.
Yeah.
He's desperate for our help.
Oh, right, okay.
He thinks, you know what I mean?
All right, shut up. Right, okay, complete then, right. So he's got the fox chicken in there. So, okay then, he takes the fox over, no bloodbath, drops that off,
Wait a minute,
What?
Gervais' embarrassment.
What?
Chicken?
Yeah.
Big bag of seed?
Yeah.
That chicken's gonna be that bag of seed?
Hold on, this bag of seed, presumably some sort of like hemp material, maybe sacking, woven.
True.
Yeah.
But that chicken's huge. Got a huge, great, you know, claws, talent.
So it would rip it apart with it?
It'd be terrible.
So it could open the bag of seed?
Yes, it could.
Okay.
But he couldn't compete with that fox, then he just...
Okay, so he takes the chicken over.
Yeah.
Drops that off. No, he can leave the fox with the bag of seed, can't he?
That's not a problem, because, you know, seed and fox,
Yeah.
fox is not interested in seed, Gervais.
Comes back.
Yeah.
Brings the fox back. Dumps the fox with the seed, yeah?
Alright, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Comes back.
Wait a minute, so what, hang on, maybe you're onto something here. Wait,
It goes over.
he's taken the seed. No, you can't take the seed.
Oh no, he's taking the fox.
He's taking the fox.
He's left the chicken with the seed.
No, hang on, what, but you said he's taken
the
fox.
He's taking the fox
No,
over.
he's taking the chicken over.
He's taking the chicken over.
Fox and the seed.
Yeah, which is fine.
That's okay.
Leaves the chicken there. Then he comes back.
Alright. He takes what? He takes the...
No. Then he comes back and stays where he was. He doesn't want the chicken. He keeps the fox and the seed and doesn't worry about the chicken. And doesn't go home. Don't go home. Just don't go home. I've solved it. So he can't leave the fox with the chicken.
No.
He can't leave the chicken. He can't leave the fox with the chicken because, despite the fact that this is like a man mountain Tyson of a piece of poultry, weighing in at approximately 4 stone 8, right? He can't leave that with a fox because maybe it's had one fight too many, right? He should have retired a lot earlier, I think.
I know, I agree.
There was a day when he could take on a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point is, the situation is that there's only room in that boat for one of those items, all right? You ain't going to leave that fox with that chicken,
no,
all right?
No.
You can't leave the chicken with the seed, all right? Because you know that chicken's going to eat that seed. You have to. It's just I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. All right, so that's the situation. He asked you for your help, and all you've done is sort of,
Wait a
ask
minute,
the
hold on,
questions,
wait a
being a
minute.
little bit contemptuous of the whole matter.
Hold on. He takes the chicken over,
Yeah.
dumps the chicken,
Yeah.
comes back,
Yeah.
takes the fox over,
Right.
ties it up against a tree.
Gervais, there might not be any trees. Where is this river? There might not be trees. I don't know. It could be a built-up area, an industrial area. There are no trees. I can't take that kind of risk.
Hold on, wait a minute. So, okay, look, right, I've got this, right. So it's either a rural area where there would be a gatepost or a tree or something, right, or it's a built-up area where presumably there will be a wall to pop that seed on when you take and the chicken can lump tomorrow. Sorry, of course, it's not only a boxing heavyweight champion chicken, it's a gymnast with a pole vault, isn't it?
I'd say, Gervais, you're just being contemptuous of this poor man. Do you know what I mean? He's phoned us right now. I don't know what his situation
as well. I don't know why he's got a fox, a chicken, and a bag of seed.
Maybe he's a farmer.
A farmer? Oh, so he gets a fox, the mortal enemy of every farmer. Why would he get a fox? Why would he have a fox?
And it could be a pet. It could be.
Why has he only got one chicken?
Maybe. Well, it's a big chicken.
Yeah, but if... Hold on, wait a minute, I've got to do this, wait a minute. Wait a minute then.
What?
Because if he if he hasn't got like a piece of string, or the fox isn't on a lead, or the chicken hasn't got his beak taped up so it can't get to the seed, or the seed hasn't been put in some sort of decent bag, wait a minute, how is he keeping them apart at the moment?
Let me just say this. I've spoken to the man on the phone. He's a desperate man, all right?
Yeah.
I've asked him this very same question.
Right.
All right? He's in a phone box, all right? He's got the chicken in there with him, and that chicken's massive. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no,
he
yeah.
barely breathe. Feathers
It's
everywhere.
about 8 stone. Is that 8 stone chicken, isn't it?
It's a big chicken, right? It's the biggest they do. And outside, we've got the bag of seed, all right, which is equally as big. We've got the fox as well. Now, that fox don't like the seed, so we're okay. But the number of people walking by outside that phone box trying to steal that seed,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's just crazy. He's shouting at the box. He's on the phone to me. It's hellish for him. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes. I really wouldn't. Oh, it's nightmarish. It's nightmarish.
This chicken, right, this 8 stone chicken, right, does it put its head in the sand at all?
What should we tolerate?
I can't judge that a theory then.
No.
Okay.
You know. And, I mean, to get to this situation, it's been a nightmare for him. He's been hiking. He's had the seed strapped to his back.
Yeah.
He's got a chicken under one eye and a fox on the other. People aren't going to be... He's been hitchhiking. There were people just driving by. They weren't going to pick
I
him
wouldn't
up.
stop him out. It must look ridiculous. But I still can't get over the fact why he's just got, if he's a farmer, a fox, a bag of seed, and a chicken.
He's spoken to me, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't... The point is, he's phoned us because he doesn't want us to ask those tricky questions, all right?
Right.
He wants this solved.
There's
No
something
questions
dodgy.
asked.
There's something dodgy
Well, I don't
about
know. I don't know.
I don't think I want to be a part of it.
Well, it makes you wonder.
Hold on a minute. He's calling you, so presumably he's in central London.
Well, he has to be in London, otherwise he wouldn't be able to hear the show, yeah.
Right, okay, so he's in London.
Yeah.
What river is he crossing, Steve?
Well, the Thames, presumably.
Right. There are bridges.
Gervais problem solved.
So if that's a waste of money.
Well, it is a waste of money because you didn't even get in the top 100.
Good, didn't want it to. Next.
104.9. It's the Ricky Gervais Show.
With Steve Merchant.
We got some great bands coming up. We got Ash, R.E.M., we got Strokes, we got Weezer, the usual stuff.
So listen, can I mention to you about the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse?
Go on.
It's the one that you literally can see from this
Well,
building.
don't mention it.
What do you mean? There's loads of them.
No, but if they think you go there, then, you know, people will go there and we could charge them big advertising for that. We're losing revenue hand over fist.
No, I don't know if anyone's ever been in an Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse. For those that haven't really spotted them, they're those places that have always got the kind of red velvet seating, and it's just sometimes I think they're just called like a steakhouse.
Yeah.
So we went in there and we ordered the food, and I gotta say this: the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse. I'm embarrassed for the people that work there. They
Can't
were
say
embarrassed.
this.
No, it's not libelous, this is my opinion. It's like a restaurant review. It is. I'm like Michael Winner.
Oh, I'm going to do that from now on as well. Write that one down, restaurant review, yeah.
Yeah, but
got my film review coming up, don't
I
forget
look
that.
forward to that.
Yeah.
But, so we went in there and we ordered, I think my starter was prawns, right, in breadcrumbs.
Oh, that's the
And I ordered them, and
that's the poshest thing you can do.
It was about £4. Right, for prawns, right? I swear to God, Rick, there were 3 prawns on a plate.
You're joking.
I'm not joking. 3 prawns on a plate and a bit of grotty lettuce.
Oh my
It was
God.
shameful. and they brought us, we ordered sort of steak or something. It's the worst place. Everything you've got to pay for, napkins, salt and pepper, everything. It's ludicrous.
Seat hire.
It literally was awful, right? And there was about 10 of us. It cost about 200 quid.
You're joking.
I don't know what the meat was.
Can I just say that is only £20 each?
I don't think it was
London.
meat. I don't think it was. I think they'd literally crawled into the McDonald's next door. They were just stealing the meat waste from there.
Right.
It was unbelievable.
That is libelous, but it's obviously ironic. He's
No, I wasn't
joking.
saying that. I'm saying that this is my hypothesis, Rick. It was an absolute travesty. I don't know how they get away with it. I don't know who goes back there. I thought restaurants were building a reputation on people who return and eat again. And as you say, it's probably American tourism.
I like the way they look like a bingo hall, because you're walking past, it's huge, with a big opening, you can see exactly who's eating there from the beginning to, right from the...
And it's always like a couple of parents and some kids who are obviously not enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they're fat
especially
kids.
if they're about
well.
14.
I know, yeah.
And after the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse, we were very annoyed. And as is obviously the tradition on a stag night, it was, well, we'd have to go to a strip club.
Right.
But now, I'm not a fan of that sort of thing. I have to say, unlikely as that may seem. And I've never been to one before. And we tried to get in Stringfellows, but it's like 20 quid to get in. And it's like, yeah, we'd like to see naked ladies, not that much. So we went up to, I think it's called, is it Raymond's Review Bar? Do you know the one I mean? It's sort of, I think it's Berwick Street or something.
Right.
And we go in there, and there's like 10 of us, and we're all dressed up in that. We all sort of come on in, and we go, how much is it for the show? And he goes, it's a tenner each for an hour-long show. Various ladies stripping. But it has already started. And I went, oh, I'm not sure I want to come in now. I'm sure I won't be able to pick up the plot. And he just looked at me like, yeah, you obviously want to see the naked ladies, just come in. Pay your money, keep your mouth shut. There was no place for humour in there. So we go in, and it's not as seedy as you might think. It's actually, it's quite nice in there. It's quite tasteful. It hasn't changed since about 1965, but it's okay. It's all rather like the Aberdeen Angus Steakhouse. It's not dissimilar to one of those inside. So the show's already begun, and these girls come on, and there's, on the outside it says all nude girls, and there was a bloke, I swear, at the back, as the girl came on, he went, get them off. I think that's guaranteed, to be honest.
Yeah.
So what was great about it was there was a kind of a voice that announced each particular girl as she came on, and it was so awful and camp and just ludicrous. I actually dozed off at one point. It's so boring because there's not many surprises. If you've seen one girl naked, they're all pretty much the same. There's no erotic tattoos or anything, or a slideshow hidden down there. There's nothing. So no puppetry. You know what I mean? It's just the same old thing. So there's this voice that comes on before each girl, and it introduces her name, and they've all got amazing names. There was Scorpio Rising, Vanity Fair, Passionara Fighter. And Passionara Fighter was a girl who kind of came on straddle. They all had props, and she was straddling like a kind of anti-aircraft gun. Which is possibly the least erotic thing you can have. And as she was taking her clothes off, she sort of flung her bra.
Steve, that sounds a bit phallic to me.
Well, I imagine it was phallic.
I've studied Freud.
And she threw her bra off, right, and it fell behind her, and it's a very small stage, and there's curtains at the back. And this is very hard to be erotic, when as you see a girl's brassiere fall behind, you just see a pole with a hook on it appear from the curtains and drag it back in. And you can just see through the crack of the curtains some guys that look like when Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise, you know, when they were trying to put that shoe back on Shirley Bassey in their classic show, where they're wearing those brown coats. It was like that, two blokes in there. But I've never been in one before, and I should never go in again. I've done it now. I've done the Aberdeen Steakhouse, the paintballing, and the strip club. That's it.
Yeah.
3 things I had to do in life before I died.
Swim with the dolphins?
Take a shower is the next one. And kiss a girl.
26. 26, quite a fit bloke.
Yeah. What?
Are you good looking?
What is? I don't understand. What are you doing?
Well, I'm just a nice guy. You know, I've seen like those things where, like at Christmas, they go out and give like old people like 100 quid and that, and you know, people's dreams come true. So
you wouldn't just give away beer.
Well, of course I would.
Just give away beer.
Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? I will give you 4 cans of beer, okay, and £5. Just give me your address, mate. I'll be round.
But you could be a nut. You could be anyone.
That's the chance you've got to take for beer. Isn't that? Wouldn't you kick yourself if you said, no, I don't want the beer, he might be a nutter, and then you found out you could have had some free beer and lived?
Yeah, but you don't take a chance for beer, do you? You just walk into a pub.
Well, obviously you don't. Obviously you don't know. You don't know me because I take a chance for beer. Yeah, 4 cans of beer, mate.
For what? I just give you my address,
Yeah.
you send me the beer.
Yeah.
No. It just doesn't work like that.
Have you got a
It
girlfriend?
does not work like that.
Have you got a girlfriend?
What, is this what you do? Is this how you do things? You sort of ring people up and just, like, get them into a thing about beer and then start getting your kicks or something? Is this what you do?
Would you want me to get some kicks?
Well, I don't know. Are you the sort of person that just rings people, like, phone, you know, and I'll pick up the
Okay,
phone and think I'm doing someone a favour, and then there's all this...
Right,
I don't know what you're doing.
in good faith, right, I'll give you my address, right? My name's Ricky, okay, and I'm at 97 Charlotte Street. You come round, I'll give you the beer.
What? Why? What for? I just don't understand. I don't understand what's with them. It's never like this. There's always something behind it. There's always something behind it. It's never just straight
Yeah.
down the line.
You like a beer, yeah?
Everyone I like it. Of course I like a beer.
With your mates, presumably?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's
reckon
no-
if you got to know me, we'd probably be mates. Yeah, and we'd have a beer together. Yeah, no, wait. I reckon if you got to know me, right, we'd be friends, yeah, and then we'd have a beer, wouldn't we?
Have you got that few mates that you need? I think I'm doing someone a favour. Just, you know, might be something important. They've got this, and then you're trying to, like, lure me into being your mate with free beer.
Well, come round. 97 Charlotte Street, come round.
So you're saying a fiver and beers to come round to your place?
And I've got no one here. I've got no one here.
What are you doing?
Come alone.
I'm not surprised you got no one there.
Come alone. Or bring your girlfriend.
You're a nutter. You're an absolute nutter, mate. You're trying to get people round your house with beer and money. There's like a word for that.
Go on, what is the word?
But it's like sort of beer prostitution. It's like luring people in. It's unbelievable.
Right, I'll meet you halfway.
I don't know. I like a beer. Everyone likes a beer.
Right, okay. I know that.
I don't like this.
Okay, joking aside, what's your address, mate?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you this. Why would... That's my place. That's where I live, yeah?
Yeah.
If people come, I invite them.
Right.
People come, I invite them. Not people like... Not just because they're going to drop off some beer.
Four cans of beer.
It just doesn't happen. Things like this just don't happen.
Look, let's settle this now. You come round to my place, okay? Bring your girlfriend so you feel safe. I've got no one here, I'm by myself. You come round, we have a laugh, we play a few games.
It's not going to happen.
And we have a few drinks. We drink some of the beer, but some of the beer I'll pour over you and your girlfriend.
Oh, that's it, mate.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Karl Pilkington. Right, Karl, you know the drill. If people want to go and see a band tonight, what band should they see?
Don't bother. There's nothing going on.
Right.
Stay in. Yeah.
Brilliant bit of listening information. If you do want to go out, maybe a film. If you haven't seen it, go and see The Bourne Supremacy. It's absolutely brilliant. Everything Bond should be. Not a big fan of Bond, but this is superb. I can see you veering towards staying in, Karl. What will you be watching on telly tonight?
Well, Jonathan Ross is on tonight, BBC One. It's got Ian Brown and Noel Gallagher in.
Gallagher, always value for money. Something for you, your favourite on Channel 5, Cosmetic Surgery.
What's that about?
Oh, maybe you won't like it. Designer Vaginas. Insight into the issue of genital enhancement. I mean, what? Who goes along to have that sorted out? What experience have they had of people telling them, oh, June, you've got to get that mange sorted out, it's rubbish?
Surely you'd have work done on your face before you worry about what's going on down there.
Well, no, their face is probably alright.
Well, that's what I mean.
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
What do I mean?
No, the programme. I haven't... Watch it tonight. Channel 5, 11 o'clock. Binges.
Right. Told in the guide on Saturday.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Karl Pilkington.
Right.
What's going on, Karl?
Well, if you've got to see a bit of music tonight in town, Gary Newman, he's playing the Shepherd's Bush Empire. You want to see that?
Good. Not strictly an XFM sort of type band, but he's influenced a lot of people. Were you a Newmanoid?
What?
If you want to go to the theatre, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is in town, starring Christian Slater and my mate Mackenzie Cook. That's like the Guildford Theatre. Knowing you, Karl, you'll be staying in and watching telly tonight.
Something good tonight, Channel 4, 8:05. Tony Robinson presents Worst Jobs in History, right? One of them being about a fella whose job it was to wipe the arse of Henry VIII. Right. How bad is that? I mean, is anyone that busy that he hasn't got time?
I don't know.
And how does it? Does someone have to go for a job interview to get that job?
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Karl Pilkington.
Right.
Sunday. What should we do today? What can we do today?
In a film, isn't it?
Is that what to do on Sundays?
To do on Sunday.
Go on then, what film?
Super Size Me, that's out this weekend.
It's about that bloke who ate nothing but fast food for a month, isn't it? And put on a lot of weight. There's a surprise.
Yeah, that's the one. Screen International said Spurlock did to fast food what Michael Moore did to the NRA. Observer said funny, wise, shocking.
Mick Waller said, are you going to leave that?
Channel 5 tonight at 8, Truth About the Killer Squid.
Right.
Who's been lying about it?
Well, maybe it's the squid's got a dark secret, and now he's coming out. Maybe he was born an octopus.
It's all in the guide on Saturday.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with the Guardian on Saturday.
I can't believe it started again. What? It's all kicked off again. What? Oh, look, do you read this on the paper today? No. Kevin Keegan, right, he's the new head of England. Yeah. Well, apparently, apparently, right, in some previous involvement he had with football players, he sent them to see a spiritualist. Oh, God. And the FA are really concerned. They think it's going to be another Hoddle debacle, that thing, all that nonsense about reincarnation.
That is
all that
nonsense.
rubbish.
It's absolute.
Well, no, don't slag off reincarnation.
Why?
Oh, no, I was reincarnated.
What do you mean you were reincarnated?
Yeah, I had a previous life. What? Guess who I was in a previous life? Go on. I was that little short midget bloke from Different Strokes.
He's not a midget. He's not as good as. And he's still alive.
Is he?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I made a mistake. You remember that fella in Different Strokes with the grey hair?
He's still alive. Why are you obsessed with being someone?
Who was that little fella in Fantasy Island?
Oh,
little dwarf.
It's Len.
Is he dead?
Len. He's dead.
I'll be him.
You weren't him. Actually, joking aside, there was a story in the papers about this bloke, he was in Sheffield, and he reckoned he was reincarnated. Right. And you know what he was in the previous life? A cow at the birth of Christ. What? And he wrote to the local paper saying, dear local paper, I was a cow at the birth of Christ. Cheers. And this other bloke in Sheffield read it and wrote to him and went, I don't believe it, so was I. What are the odds of that? Two blokes, both in Sheffield, and both cows at the birth of Christ. I imagine they actually met up.
So what, you had a pint or whatever?
Yeah, but they formed an organisation called Cattle for Christ. True story. No, they meet every year, just the two of them. And they go, remember me at the birth of Christ? Oh, yeah. Did you see it? Oh, I couldn't see a thing. Door shut. And I was chewing a cud. What happens to the donkey? Oh, he's a welder in Cheltenham. Chicken? Plays for West Ham. Do you know what happens if you sleep with animals?
What have you heard?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you. According to the Bible, what happens if you sleep with animals? Right. I think it's Leviticus. It lists them. If you lay down with the stoat or the frog or the newt.
They don't return your phone calls?
No, it's worse than that. It's a terrible thing that happens to you. You're smitten in the knees.
That's the problem.
That's what.
What exactly is that?
Well, you just have. That's what God does to you. Yeah, just terrible knees.
You know that Laura Heard?
Yeah.
You notice how she's always on the old stand and stair lift?
Steve, she's never off her arse.
She
gets wheeled round, then she gets up on the lift, then she gets lowered in the bath. I've seen her gadgets in the Sundays.
You know all about this, lad. So has she ever lain with an animal?
I think she's had a cockatoo.
I've heard that.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Karl Pilkington.
Alright.
Karl, if they're going out tonight, what should they go and see?
Well, if they want some music, Paul Weller plays a charity gig on the roof of Virgin Megastore on Oxford Street tonight from 6. So they can go and see that. When they've had enough there, wander down the street a bit, right? Razorlight at H&V on Oxford Street from 8:30, so...
Convenient.
Good little night.
But you'll be staying in, that's for sure. What's on telly? What's caught your eye?
Well, you know that I like to learn stuff and that.
Yeah, you're nearly a scholar.
Channel 4, 9 o'clock, King Arthur's Britain.
Right. When you say you want to learn stuff, you're going to be disappointed with this programme. King Arthur is not the person you think he is. There's not really ladies in lakes handing out swords willy-nilly. And as for the wizard,
He wasn't a wizard, was he?
He wasn't a wizard, was he? A wonderful wizard he was. But he wasn't a wizard, no. Merlin. Actually, you know nothing. I thought you'd know about the Lady in the Lake, and you don't know anything about him. What do you think? What do you know about King Arthur?
I know he's on Channel 4 tonight, 9 o'clock.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with the Guardian on on Saturday.
Doctor, yeah, just come for me check-up.
Okay then, pop your pants off.
What?
Just pop your pants off.
Why
and,
have I got to take my pants off?
well, because I have to pop my finger up your
What?
to check your prostate gland.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I am worried about it because prostate cancer kills 10,000 men every year in Britain.
You can check that out if I get any symptoms.
Well, there aren't always symptoms, and symptoms do vary from man to man, so the best way to check it out is I just pop my finger up there
I'm really
and have a
happy with
feel.
this, just-
Don't worry about it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I don't know why he was worried. You probably saved his life there.
Does he have to be here?
He's just a mate, don't worry about him, he's just watching me at work.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And Karl Pilkington.
And he had his arm taken off and stuck on his twin, so his twin's got like 3 arms.
No, it's not true.
So yes, no, I would be upset if I had to lose my knob, but you say you wouldn't have a problem with that.
I'm just saying, out of everything, you know, unless you're wearing trunks and that, no one's gonna know.
Get the brand new show now at audible.com.
We were talking about clothing, and it reminded me of a conversation we had while I was in Rio. This was in one of my moments when I wasn't dying or being ill. And my friend Chris made a good point, because he had no hat and it was very, very hot over there. And there's lots of guys who go up and down the beaches selling stuff, and they were selling knocked off goods. You know how you can always get kind of fake versions of big
Designer labels.
Yeah. And we were saying that, as far as I'm aware, I don't want to name any big names, but apparently a lot of the big companies, they use cheap labour, don't they? Kind of.
I think a lot of them have been
in
accused
Taiwan or in
exactly,
China.
yeah. Where sort of some of the really big sort of designer labels use a bit of labour that's sort of so cheap they sort of pay them a few pence a day.
Well, quite. And his point was that he bought a knocked off one, right? How much are the people getting paid that are doing the knocked off stuff? How shoddy is their work that they can't even get job doing the real things for a couple of pence a day?
Yeah.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
Well, I know you're a fan of these philosophical paradoxes, and we've been sent one from Dowdy. He's got in touch, and he says, are you aware of the Barber paradox? Now, you as a philosophy student may be aware of it. He says it's a logical impossibility, supposedly devised by Bertrand Russell. So, Karl, imagine, and of course this wouldn't impact on you, but imagine a town that has only one barber, who's a man. So there's a male barber in a town, he's the only person. If he shaves every man in the town, except for those that shave themselves, does he shave himself?
What, his own head?
No, imagine he's not just doing hair. Imagine it's a normal shave. Not that it would matter. You could make it his own head. You could make it his bikini line if you wanted. That's not relevant. Okay.
If he shaves every man in the town except for those that shave themselves, does he shave himself?
It's a paradox. It's sort of more linguistic. What they're saying is, if he shaves every man, right, except those that shave himself, if he does shave himself, okay, then he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself, because he's shaving himself.
I reckon.
And if he doesn't, he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself. That is just. It's
The
just.
chances, I guess. I mean, I haven't seen him, but I guess I'd say he's probably grown a beard. Because
No,
I always
that's-
think that when you're in that sort of work,
no.
the last thing you want to do is sort of be doing that when you get home.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like hairdressers do the same thing. They have sort of rubbish hair rather than putting time and effort into their own. They're doing other people's.
Right, let me explain, right? The point is this, right? If he shaves every man in that town except those that shave themselves, right? Okay. Okay. Does he shave himself? The point being that if he shaves himself, then he's not shaving every man except those that shave himself, because he shaved himself. If he doesn't shave himself, then he's not shaving every man in the town.
He's probably not bothering, like I say. He's probably just, leave it. Why,
you know this is not a real man in a real town. You are aware of that, right?
I just think if everyone's having a shave, open another barber's. There's business.
The Ricky Gervais Show.
I believe this though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole.
Get the brand new show now at audible.com.
You're an idiot.
Sinks are the best.
Sinks.
It's just not discussing. Everyone does it. All blokes do it. Anyone who's shared in a hall of residence or if there's a sink, you go in it. In fact, if there's a sink next to a urinal, Go in the sink.
Oh, in the sink, always the sink.
Of course it is. Everyone does it. Women can't do that. Well, anyway, just
Well, maybe they can. I don't know. If you're a woman and you've done it in the sink, well, no, I don't want to know. Let's not go there.
The first flat I had with my girlfriend many years ago, early to mid 80s, about 84, 85. Anyway, it was a grotty little, tiny little bed sit. I was on the dole. Jane wasn't doing a lot anyway, and it was tiny. The kitchen was the bedroom. Well, literally, it had a little entrance hall, and the kitchen was the bed. The bed was down one side, and then down the other side, about like a foot away, there's the fridge, the cooker, and the sink. I could put my hand out if I was lying in bed and touch the fridge. I could stick my leg out and touch the sink, and I could stick my I could touch the cooker.
Well, yeah.
Small flat.
Well, of course you had to, would I?
Tiny, yeah. About a foot away. Anyway, so, and it was like one of those upstairs was like a couple of girls, and the toilet was a community toilet on the landing. Now, I wake up, I've had a few, there's no way I'm going to put trousers on, go down there, chance of meeting sort of hell, no, the sink. Right? Of course the sink. And it was quite high, so I remember like doing it on tiptoes, and then one night, Jane must have woke up, and I just heard her go, oh, at least take the dishes out.
You're a grotty man. You're a horrible man.
Why?
You slept in a kitchen for many years.
Yeah.
You're a horrible man.
That's sincere. But what she didn't realise was, if there was dishes there, it was full of dishes, if you got your hand under if the plate was at the bottom, you could lift up that plate.
Yes.
And just go straight down there.
Right.
Then she said, oh, at least run the water afterwards.
Yeah.
Fussy.
Oh, there, Rick, how's it going, mate?
I've got a new feature for the Mary Ann Hobbs show. It's a last-ditch attempt to try and save it.
Well, she needs something. She's a woman.
It's a feature.
Go on.
It involves the whole public. They can get involved. I want them to write in, phone in, email, fax, okay? It's called the Hotel of Hate.
A hotel of hate?
It's a conceptual hotel where you put in all your most hated people and things.
Where is it?
Well, it's just conceptual, isn't it? It's like an imaginary...
Can we make it Dorset or... Fine, let the Dorset say Dorset.
Fine, yeah. So, for example...
Weston-super-Mare, because that is a shithole.
It's not important. So, imagine there's 10 rooms. So, for example, in room 1, I put the entire cast of Last of Summer Wine.
All 3 of them sharing a bed?
Yeah, right, bunks. In room 2, I put Lenny Henry. Got nothing against the guy, he's probably a lovely fella. He's never made me laugh. Do you know what I mean? Just see the point
I get how it works.
So, who would you put in?
I'd probably put in famine and disease.
Really?
No, Nookie Bear. Who else would you put in?
Robbie Williams, coming up with the 2 worst lyrics of all time. I had, that's a good line, take it to the bridge, very postmodern. And the other one, the Ricky Lake, tell me things I don't need to know. So he's in now. Do you know what I put in?
Go on.
World oppression.
Really?
No, Mr. Blobby.
I tell you what I put in. Those people whose job it is to replace toilet paper in toilet cubicles. You go there, there's none left. It's like, they're probably just like junkies, magheads, you know.
Do you know what I put in? That programme onto it, Room 101.
Oh. Well, it's a good idea. Like putting stuff in a room that you hate.
Yeah, but a hotel's so much bigger.
Well, exactly.
So send in your ideas, and at the end of the year we'll have the top 10 most hated things in Britain for radio and listeners. So send them into Mary Ann Hobbs, Radio 1,
London,
W1N
4DJ.
XFM's Ricky Gervais talks to Bono.
I'm Ricky Gervais and I'm talking to Bono off U2.
Hello there, thanks for inviting me.
Alright Bono, sorry I don't know your surname.
I haven't got one.
Do you like XFM?
I bloody love it.
Is it because we play R.E.M., Eminem, Radiohead and Dr. Dre?
It is, and also of course you play some of my songs, U2 lead singer of. I've heard in the past on the station you've played Pride in the Name of Love. Pride in the Name of Love. Before you break my heart.
I love that one.
And I imagine Christmas time you'll probably be playing All Is Quiet on New Year's Day.
Oh, of course it is. All the shops are shut, there's no buses running.
That's what I wrote it about, Rick.
Thanks very much. Bono, I don't know your surname.
I haven't got one.
Ricky Gervais, this Saturday from 1.
Yeah, with Steve Merchant. Just, say that.
XFM's London.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Karl Pilkington.
Alright.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Just looking what's going on tonight.
Right, what is going on tonight?
Well, there's a charity gig going on. It's called Make Trade Fair Live, right? Razorlight's playing live. And it was like a big secret and that, but everyone knows now. R.E.M. are playing there.
And that's on at the,
On the Smith Apollo.
Got another secret about that.
Go on.
I'm on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm on the bill. Doing my bit. The true philanthropist that I am, but you'll be staying in, as usual, Karl. What's on telly?
BBC 2, 9 o'clock. It's called Wanting a Deaf Baby.
Right.
Who'd want that?
Well, what's it about?
It's part of a new series of, like, unusual family stories and that. Maybe I can get me Auntie Nora on that.
Which one was she?
She's the one who broke wind for 5 minutes.
You can't fart for 5
Well,
minutes.
she did. She was on a lot of tablets and that.
Well, you can't. She was... I don't know. She's talking out of her arse.
Anyway, it's all in the guide on Saturday. Not the stuff about Auntie Nora, but the other stuff.
XFM's London with The Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with The Guardian on Saturday.
Little red fez.
Oh, I know what I want. Never, no. Beret.
What kind of what is that? What kind of hat is that?
It's a frisbee.
It's beret. It hasn't even got a...
It's the when some bloke, he does philosophy for a week, or he's sort of doing French combined with philosophy, and he comes in to the student union with a beret on and a goatee, and the first thing you do is take it off and throw it out the window.
Of course you do.
Because you're with the cool people, and he's going, oh, that's really funny, isn't it? Yeah. So mature. Yeah. And you go, no, it's not mature, but it's funny.
We're just having a laugh.
Anyone you see wearing a beret in the student union or in a pub, just pop it off, frisbee it across the... I'll tell you, you will be the most popular bloke in that
Use
pub.
him like he's sort of piggy in the middle. You're just throwing it, to different people. It kind of bombs the pub. People they leave the quiz machine. Yeah. They come over and they're joining in, and you're just throwing. He's screaming, "Please give me my berry back!"
In fact, I reckon if you threw it and it hit the hardest bloke in the pub's pint over, he'd look over. And they go, who did that? And I go, I did, but he was wearing it. And I go, fair enough, mate. And he, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, he goes straight to the guy that was wearing the beret. What kind of a hat? What kind of a hat is that? It's French. I mean, there's the point. That's the answer.
I don't want to get you on French people.
No, I know, but all I would say to you is it's got no brim.
The honey badger has skin which is so thick it can withstand bee stings, porcupine quills, and snake bites.
Right.
That's a skill. But not as good as this one. Hold on. In addition to being tough, the badger's skin is also very loose. So if it is caught by the back of the neck, clapping, right, so you go for it, badger, back of the neck. What can it do? Nothing. Can't it? Wait a minute. It is able to twist round inside its own skin and bite whatever is holding it.
What?
So it swivels round, and suddenly this skinned head comes out of its arse, bites your leg.
Rubbish.
Well, of course it's rubbish. Who put that? I mean,
absolute
What does that mean? Its skin is so loose, it is able to twist round inside its own skin and bite whatever is holding it.
Badgers are just sort of slopping around.
What is that, a nightmare? Some sort of Wesley Craven nightmare? So you've got a little badger, furry little badger, right? You think you've got it, you go, come on, it's for your own goods. You know, you might be like Tony Soper or David Attenborough, just like, no, for your own good, we're going to go and cut your nails, pop a little thing over so we can follow you, eating, but turns round, suddenly it's a bag of skin, this head comes out of its arm, and it rips your face off.
It's like Alien.
I know. It can't be true.
Like Alien.
It can't be true.
Those are it. Perhaps they're aliens.
Now, well, somebody's on the line to speak to us. It's this guy, Ricky Gervais. He's already been on the radio this morning on Jonathan Ross.
You're so angry, aren't you?
What? Just because he won the BAFTA and you didn't? I'm angry for you.
I know.
You
I'm
dummy.
angry.
I'm angry for me.
Let's get this guy on.
Get this guy on the air. Hello, Ricky.
It's not about awards.
You always say that. People always say that win awards.
I've always thought of, like, particularly Nick, as a winner.
Shut up!
Karl. I've told Karl we're all winners before. It's not. It's the turning up. It's just the being there that counts. It's the hanging around and then not winning.
Yeah, that's fun. I got munted on red wine and then punched down in Titchmarsh. It was a terrible night.
I bought a 10-minute suit for the BAFTAs, didn't I?
Yeah, it dissolved.
Suit, 300 quid. It was only on for 10 minutes. You look great. You both look great at the BAFTAs.
Thanks, buddy.
And you. The Oscars next, isn't it? The Oscars next.
Yeah, because we're making a film. Touch wood. What are you doing?
I'm not, but the Oscars did give me a call and said, "We'll just put anything in."
No, Oscar gave you a call.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright's brother.
I'm called in for the brisket competition. How do I win a brisket?
You're going to have to stay on the line and find out about that, RG.
Is it a real brisket? It's not just some sort of reconstituted sort of spam fritter?
No, it's not. No way. It's not faux brisket.
Is it okay?
We don't deal in faux meats here. We came up with an idea for a faux meat. Yes, we did. Son of Spam. No, there was one called Faken, which is like quick bacon. And what was the other one? Bork. Yeah. It's like an amino rich sliceable meat product. It's like a protein gel that you slice. It's called Bork.
last time I met your friend Nick Frost, we were in a doctor's waiting room. I was going for a nasty chaffing at the back of the legs, and he was there with testicular mice.
Running about inside the sack, as the French say.
Yeah, and
His bag.
they actually, the doctors came in. They said, "I'm not really a vet," and they got some vets in the people and some students. There was loads of students just watching it, and it was the weirdest I've ever seen.
Do you know how they got him out in the end?
Go on.
Cheese strings.
Yeah, we'll talk to Karl about that, because I told that my friend Robin in, when he had worms, the doctor told his mother to hold little bits of cheese and bacon near his anus to bring the worms out. Karl believed it, and the reason he believed it, he reckons there's a worm in South America that it gets into your skin somehow, I don't know, via osmosis or something.
Don't say osmosis.
They wrap bacon round your head, and I said, "What do you mean?" He went, "It's the thinnest part of your body." I went, "How can the head, how can the brain case be the thinnest part of your body?" He went, "Well, it is," and they come up there. I go, "So the worm is in the stomach or the foot, and it smells the bacon," and he went, "Everyone likes the smell of bacon."
It's smelly meat.
Yeah.
I'm just going to refer to my head as a brain case from now on, because I think that's really nice.
Yeah, what's it weird?
The top of the head is as thin as bacon foil. True. I've heard, though, that's the story. When I was at school in maths, Susan Hall told me that there was a man who had a tape room.
Well, she's a liar, isn't
Listen, don't knock Sue. And he put a pie in front of him. and
a snake fell out
and then opened his mouth and a snake fell out of his gob. And then ate the pie. And then went back in, and then he woke up and a load of spiders came out of his face, and they were banging his head on the roof of the car.
That is actually true, right? And if the phone didn't ring at 4, then he's lost his money. And as he jumped off the roof, as he went past the window, his phone was ringing. His son came in, and he'd been wanking into and it was a giant water rat.
Look,
that is all true.
I'm a fan of these urban myths.
Yeah.
And this is something that was in the paper. I don't know if it's an urban myth or a true one. No,
go on, say
right,
it.
listen.
There now.
No.
Come on, Karl. Don't let me down. You're allowed to talk. I'm here. Go on, Karl.
Right.
Do it. Do your stuff.
No, this woman, she wanted to get a nice tan before she went on holiday.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
Go on.
Yeah.
So
there was a lobster.
No, right. So she went to like a suntan shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And said,
Can I have a suntan, please?
I wanna like get brown for my holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
keep talking.
So the woman said, well, yeah, that's all right.
Finish up.
Yeah.
But you can only do 30 minutes when you're going on holiday. And she said, well, I'm going tomorrow. I want to get a nice tan. So she said,
Sure.
no, the rule is you can only do 30 minutes.
This
So
isn't
she
the one where they put her on a Breville toaster.
No, right?
That's a good one.
So she has her 30 minutes in that one.
Go on.
Yeah.
Then she goes to like Tandaros or whatever.
Right.
The
Yeah.
next
Another one.
And
Down in the
she
Tan
goes,
District.
she goes there and has 30 minutes. Goes to the next one, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she's on holiday.
Yeah.
Right? And she's got a nice tan. But she thinks, God, I'm starting to stink a bit.
Yeah.
Right? So she gets back off holiday and she goes to the doctors and says, look, you know, went on holiday, body's starting
Sorry,
to smell.
you don't go to the doctor because you stink.
No,
You
but she
do.
couldn't work it out. She like had a bath and stuff, and
Right.
she still stunk. And
Yeah.
she couldn't work it out. So he says, well, tell me what you've been doing. What's
This is an urban novel.
What's
Gervais loved it. He loved that one.
Go. Look, Simon, look, 2 hours is a lot to fill with dribble. Let Karl talk as much as you want, and then play Radiohead. And I'll tell you what, it flies by.
So anyway,
Go on, then.
so the doctor says, well, tell me what you've been up to. And she said, well, what I did was, before I went on holiday, I did like about 9 hours on sunbeds.
Right.
And he said, oh, God.
That's brilliant. Do that bit again. He said, oh, God.
Yeah.
So anyway, it only turned out that the smell was her insides rotting because
You're a maniac! You're a maniac! Turn yourself up. Turn yourself in.
We're putting him away. You know when a doctor turns to you and says, oh, God, it's bad. It was their inside rotting. What, because they
I like
cooked?
the fact that the doctor examined her, thought her insides were rotting, and then said, what have you been doing? Like a little cryptic, like a teacher go, I mean, you're Karl. Oh, that's amazing.
That was good, though. Come on.
Your insides rotting.
Her insides are
Have
rotting.
you told her about your auntie? What's your auntie's name? Was farted for 5 minutes and went to the doctor.
aren't we
You're
saving
allowed
it?
to tell that one. You're allowed to tell that one. Well, I better go now, hadn't I? Because it's there.
Did you meet, just one more thing, did you meet Barry?
Yeah.
How is he?
Yeah, he's very nice.
Did he say, hello, Rick?
He went, He said, hello, Ricky. I left the office. I went, oh, don't go on about it, for Christ's sake, David. No.
Get lost. I could listen or not listen to Ricky Gervais's voice all day long.
Shut up.
Bye, mate.
Play me record.
Up yours. Here's Coldplay.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Okay, monkey-related news from Karl Pilkington.
Right, do you know the monkey that went into space?
Yeah.
Yep.
It happened in 1958.
Right.
Now you know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did he do next?
What did the monkey do next?
Yeah.
One appearance on Celebrity Squares and it was like forgotten.
Right.
Yeah, cut a novelty record.
Yeah, just like Rick Waller.
I'll tell you what happened. He got back and all that.
He got back. Heroes welcome.
NASA sort of said, you know, you did a good job. And that's where a lot of people think, you know, it all ended. Sure.
Yeah.
But NASA were like, well, hang on a minute. We spent a lot of time, we've trained him up and stuff. So he's like, you know, he's saying, sure, you know, I've learnt a lot, I've still got it all, I've kept it all, I know what to do. So they said, right, we'll use you. So he turned into like a bit of a trainer at NASA.
We wanted to send you out on the top of an organ.
You put on this little bellhop outfit.
Could you smoke fags?
Yeah.
I'll have a go.
So they were getting in new monkeys. You know, the main man at NASA was saying, can you teach us the sound? He's going, of course I can. Do you know what I mean? I remember it all, I know what's going on, I'll tell them what buttons to press, what to do in emergencies, that sort of thing. It was technically sort of employed by the army.
Right, can I just fit in here? I don't know the story, Karl, and I might embarrass myself here. You've got an army of people out there that will probably send me an equally deranged email from a different website, but I'm pretty sure when they sent the monkey into space, it was to monitor his physiology. He didn't press any buttons or learn to dock or take off. It was just the effects of weightlessness and space on basically a primate. I'm pretty sure he was tied in with electrodes to his head. So, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could be proved.
But even if that were the case, and he had learned to press one or two very basic buttons.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Even if it were the case, I'm pretty certain they wouldn't have brought him back to train up Neil Armstrong.
Right, definitely. Go on.
Going, Neil, what are you going to say when you come out there?
Yeah.
I was thinking of just saying, hello, I'm on the moon.
Hello, it's made of cheese. Don't say that. What about, I've noticed that you got little legs, right, but mankind stepped forward. Well, how can I put that?
I was just going to say, hello, I'm on the moon, it's great to be here, wish you were here.
I've got to think so.
Hi, Mum.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, basically he got back, they sorted him out with a nice pension, he was happy. Because of, like, the rank that he got, he was like, you know, he had loads of medals and stuff. He said, right, we'll make him a colonel. He got that. Like I say, he got a pension. How does it end? He died in 1969. He was buried with his wife. He passed away.
I'm sure it just goes on to a different website about something completely different.
Yeah, you're talking about Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah. His page is missing. Oh dear.
So
well, Karl, if someone could call in, did they train Leica the dog to sort of like, you know, dock and re-entry?
Did he like it?
They didn't bother. They didn't even bother. They just sent him up there, and they didn't have technology to bring him back. They just went, yeah, that's there. That's brilliant. Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
really?
Amazing. Yeah. What do you think of that, Karl? Rubbish, isn't it?
So brought it down a bit.
But the little monkey made a colonel. Hero. Big hero. What was he in? What craft was he in? Sputnik.
Just hang on a minute. He was in Jupiter AM.
Yeah.
Let me see that piece of paper.
Yeah, I can guarantee there's nothing there about his training other than let's hope he's not sick on the control panel when we shoot him up at 400 Gs. Oh dear. I love the fact that you think that this monkey was a hype. Do you know what I mean? When you think of these things that they send a monkey in space, do you think of the Planet of the Apes? Like they're sort of talking, sort of chimps and gorillas, and they're in tunics on horseback with snub-nosed rifles. What do you think of?
Just a little monkey getting on with it. He knows his job, he knows what he's got to do, he gets on with it.
Look, he's pressed the button. Watch him press the button. This takes me back. Do you remember 1965, I think it was?
We're going to use him to train other people.
That's it then.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
Cheers.
XFM.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Karl Pilkington. Alright. What's going on tonight, Karl?
Well, if you want a bit of live music, PJ Harvey's at the Carl in Apollo Hammersmith tonight, so that's alright.
Ross Noble's still on at the Apollo Theatre. He's great. He makes it all up as he goes along, not like us, brilliantly scripted stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, over on the National Geographic Channel, 8 o'clock, brilliant programme. It's called Cleverest Ape in the World.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what it's about is this ape, right, that's working with a scientist, and they do some maths tests together and that, and the ape manages to sort of outdo the scientist.
Don't talk rubbish.
That's what's happening.
Well, it
tonight.
doesn't. It can't outdo a scientist on a maths test, can it?
Well, it does.
It could outdo it on swinging, but.
Did you see that programme about swinging?
What?
It was on last week. This all these old people, right, swapping partners and that. Except this old bloke, I don't know what he was doing there. He was about 79, 80, right? No one wanted to swing with him. Stood at the back watching.
The only thing swinging round him with his old saggy bollocks. Yep. And why are we talking about a programme that was on a week ago?
Well, if you want to know what's on tonight, look in the guide.
XFM's London with the Guardian Guide.
Complete 7-day listings. Free with the Guardian on Saturday.
What about this, Karl? Talking about world records last week. This is more your level. The world record for passing wind is 3,000 times in a row on Japanese television. Now, I'm assuming that was someone going for the record as opposed to a newsreader.
That'd have been an amazing bloopers clip.
That's good. Yeah, and more news. So, what is that? 3,000 times in a row.
How long did that on for?
I don't know. But it was 3,000 times in a row. Now, that is better than your Auntie Nora, because I remember you telling us a story about your Auntie Nora that had a little bit of a wind problem, but there's one continuous.
Yeah, hers was about 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Now that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but I don't think she knew she was about to do it and it wasn't being televised.
But didn't she call your mum halfway through, saying something?
She sort of called up and said, oh, I'm a bit worried.
Why?
Like, what's up? She just said, oh, it's seeping out of me, yeah? It was just like gas coming out.
It was more like a leak then, was it?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't talk about that. She said, oh, I'm sure it'll be alright, and they carried on chatting, and then she went like, hang on a minute, stop. And that, I think that was the last time it went on for that amount of time. She said, oh, it happens again, go to the doctor, and they carry on chatting.
Why does it happen at all?
Because what it was, she's one of them like old people who just have loads of tablets, and they said some of the tablets she was on, that was one of the side effects.
Sure.
Brussels sprout tablets. Well, it is odd, because I just always thought, what was the illness that's a better side effect? Do you know what I mean? If she's happy that happening for 5 minutes at a time, and it can happen at any point,
yeah,
you know, she could be out and about.
She only took the tablets for bad breath.
Why would you put yourself through that? But
did it ever happen to her again? I mean, because obviously being at home, that's ideal, but if she'd been at something more important, you know, some kind of public function, a funeral.
But I think of her at home for 5 minutes, right, with her dress all bellowed out, just vacuuming like a little hovercraft.
Yeah, slightly off the floor.
Exactly, yeah.
I wonder if I can make it upstairs.
So, real monkey news. Should we kick off with real monkey news?
If you want.
It's a real fact, a fascinating fact about a monkey. And by monkey, I mean chimpanzee, which is not a monkey. Let's get that straight.
In your monkey news, does the monkey operate any kind of machinery?
Absolutely not.
Does it drive any kind of vehicle?
No.
Does it save anyone from any kind of building?
This is scientific fact, okay? Mostly you mean chimpanzee when you say monkey. A chimpanzee is a great ape. Apes include chimpanzees, gorillas. And there's something here that puts it in common with humans. In fact, I think this is the only other animal that can do this. Okay, ready for it, Karl? Oh, chimpanzee, that real monkey news. This isn't made up, Okay, right? Are you ready for this, Karl? A chimpanzee can recognise itself in a mirror.
Is that meant to be good?
That's mental.